So I just got home 15 minutes ago. It's 8:15 and I've been away for 2 days and one night, and I had the biggest surprise when I came home. Most unexpected. It's always in the back of my mind that who's been around my property, has anyone been here? You know, just that kind of nervousness around someone breaking in, because I have been broken into, but that was 4.5 years ago. I don't expect anyone's broken into my home. I don't expect anyone to be around because I'm here now, and when people were coming here, it was because it was vacant for about 6 months and the back door didn't lock. Whereas I've got all security locks on. We've got a security door now due to my request. We've got lights around. I've got cameras around. Like, it's secure. So I don't expect it, but because I have a history of being taken advantage of predatory behavior, of break-ins, my mind goes there. That's my first reference point, is to be triggered like that. Here's what the surprise was, and it was not a good surprise. So I came in my back gate, and of course I'm cautious about, is there anyone in my back courtyard? Because once, about 4.5 years ago at that time when I got broken in, after one of the times I got broken in, I was coming towards my gate and I saw someone in my courtyard. So I bolted back, I stood on the nature strip and I was calling the police, and I knew that they'd seen me because they'd jumped over the fence. So I'm really cautious, but I'm kind of ballsy at the same time, in the sense that I'm not going to let myself get freaked out for no reason. So I'm really like practical, cautious, but I'll just look. I have to look because I don't want to go into that, get really triggered and go into flight or fight, or I don't freeze, but you know what I mean. And then when I went to open my back door, I put my key in, and then I realized, oh, that's right, because it wouldn't open. It was like, you know, when you pull it and it sort of just slightly moves, but you know it's not going anywhere. And I remember thinking, shit. And then I realized, oh, that's right, I decided to leave through the front door because it's more secure. So anyway, I took my key out, and then I looked up and I realized there's a bolt on the outside, and it's always been there since I moved here, but I've never used it, the bolt on the outside. But it was a cross. And I remember I just felt like my heart sank into my guts and my heart was pounding. And then all of a sudden it dawned on me, hang on a minute, not only is my outside light on, my inside light is on. I wouldn't have left it on. I was only intending to leave the outside light on. But of course I know there's a margin for error. And so I'm trying to check through my brain, my data banks in my brain, and did I decide to leave it on, or did I accidentally leave it on? And yes, it was a grey day. And meanwhile I'm just standing there really still, really quiet, listening to see if I can hear anyone in my place, and just looking through the blind was up a little bit on the door, and just looking through. And then I thought, okay, it is absolutely possible that I left my light on in my office. That's possible, because I might not have seen it because it was so grey or whatever. Anyway, so I decided to leave my bags in the back courtyard and go around to my front entrance, which is the way that I left. And of course I opened my screen door, and I open it all the way out, really quietly, mind you, like someone would have heard it. But I slid there's a little stopper that you slide across so that it stays open. Because if there's someone in here, I don't want to be stuck behind a closed door. Meanwhile, I'm doing it as quiet as I can, not because I think they won't hear me, because I want to hear if there's someone in my place. And then I open my front door. Really, like, I turn the key, I stop, I wait, I listen, and then I push it open really quickly, and I don't see anyone. So I'm like, okay, great. The entrance and the lounge room clear, but I don't know about the kitchen, and I know that the kitchen door is closed, only it's glass. So I stand, I don't see any movement, open that door, and then I push the door back really hard in case there's someone behind the door. And I'm already in my mind ready to bolt out the door or scream at the top of my lungs, because I know with all my doors open the neighbours will hear me and someone will come out. That's because we all look after each other here. And then it was the worst part, the bedroom and the bathroom with both doors closed. So the bedroom was first, and it's a slidey door and it kind of gets stuck. I'll have to WD-40 it. And then I've got it, and then I just push really quick and I look everywhere. Okay, there's no one in here. And then the bathroom. So I'll just show you, because this is in the bedroom for when I sleep. This is this is my grandfather's, great-great-grandfather's walking stick. It's beautiful wood with, it's just stunning with the metal wire that's fashioned in a pattern that's like perfection. But this is solid wood, and this would actually, I reckon this would knock someone out and kill them. Not that I want to kill someone, but I'm just saying it's heavy. It's really, really feisty. So it makes me feel better because I would swing straight away. So I'm at the bathroom door with it, like doing, you know, you like back behind the door flat, push the door open back, and then I've got to open, I had the curtain across for the bath. I've got a bath and shower over the top. Push that back, there's no one. And then I have to take a moment to really, you know, your brain double checks and goes, are you sure? Are you sure you checked everywhere? You sure they're not behind? And then I have to go around the house and stand in each room and look to see if I think anything's been moved or taken or missing from my drawers. So first thing was, is anything being touched or moved? Great, no, because I'm really organized and tidy and I know where everything is, and I know when something's out of place. And then, is anything missing from my drawers? Because I made the mistake of watching something before I left on Netflix. Oh no, it was a podcast actually on Spotify, a podcast. And that podcast was a police officer from the rape squad talking about the worst kind of rapist is the stalker who follows the person and breaks into their home when they're not home, and can even eat food out of their cupboard and watch Netflix on TV, and will take something as a souvenir, like a pair of undies or pantyhose or something. And unless you look for those things, you'd never know they were being in your home. And I know it sounds paranoid, only I had to take 15 minutes to do that just so that I'm not paranoid anymore. Now I'm completely relaxed. I'm not even thinking about that other than just talking to this at the moment. But I just wanted to speak to camera about this, and it's because my mind went straight to, I get it that other people would have a kind of, did I do that or did I not do that with the bolt? And it is possible that when I'm closing the door really quickly, because I'm jiggling it to turn the lock, and then I have to jiggle it to turn the bolt on the inside, that the outside bolt jiggled across. It's absolutely possible. Can I be 100% certain? No. It's absolutely possible that I left the inside light on. I forgot to flicker. It's possible, but am I certain? No, I'm not. And the bolt, yes. The inside light, that's what probably freaked me. It's the bolt that got me in the first place, because I thought someone's been here and they've let me know that they've been here by putting the bolt across. And then, but it's the inside light that's the least likely that I would leave it on. Like, it's really strange that it was left on. It's really strange, but it's not unlikely. So it's highly likely. Being human. And other people would probably have far less of a reaction if they've had a fairly normal life. But for me, the whole having to check everything like a detective. And I was thinking, wow, I would love that freedom. I would love that freedom to, yes, my heart would have sank when I saw the bolt, but then I would have gone, oh, hang on a minute, you know, it's likely that when I jiggled it, that the bolt went across. That bolt's old, you know, it's loose, the one on the outside. Yeah, that's possible, and I would have calmed down. Maybe I would have checked and gone, is there someone here? Did I leave the light on? There's no one here. But the fact that I have to be like a detective and check everywhere is incredible. But that's it. That's part of life when you're blatantly aware of what's possible in the world. And it's not my world anymore. I don't have anything like that happen, only I think if I wasn't cautious, then I'd be nervous all the time. But because now that I'm being cautious, I'm clear. I know no one's been here. So, all right, that's all I wanted to say. Just letting you in on my world and knowing what happens when you've been through something like that. And I'm telling you, if you are a stalker or a predator who preys on individuals, I would ask that you think about what we have to deal with all the time, and that the level of anxiety that we deal with all the time, it's shit. It's shit having to come home and have a mini meltdown like that. I didn't melt down because I've always been a really strong, bold, clear, practical individual who's always managed. I'm awesome. Like, I'm exceptional in a crisis. So, but I really feel for individuals who are not made up that way or raised that way. And I know that this for someone else, this would mean that they couldn't sleep and they would have nightmares. And I don't know, maybe I'll have one too, but I don't know that. So, but that's something I can be okay with, and I'll deal with it at the time. Only I know there's so many people who don't have that sort of, they weren't raised, or their life they just don't have that resilience. And I feel for those people because they can't live alone. So they can't live alone, they can't be alone, don't feel safe. And as a woman, we don't feel at ease in the world anyway. We have a whole history of why we shouldn't feel at ease in the world, and we know that. We're born into that. We're born into that understanding, and it's pretty crap. It's pretty crap when the first thing I do when I meet someone is I have to psychologically assess, like it's a gift that, no, it's not a gift because I was made up like this, but it's honed my ability to read people. Yeah, that's great. Only trust me, it takes up more energy. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say. So I would urge people who are born or came to realize that they have predatory tendencies. And I know there's people, I know that people are born that way. I know it. But they can't help it. I mean, when I say can't help it, it's like it's an urge that's overriding. But I ask that you truly consider the impact that it has on our lives, the ridiculous impact. It just alters your whole life completely. Our life will never, ever, ever, ever be the same. Ever, ever. And it's taken so much effort, moment to moment, for me to get to this place where I can be in the world with a level of command and a level of trust and a level of feeling at ease. Although I'm always, if I be honest, even though I'm like just enjoying my day, having a great day, and I feel like I'm just free, I'm actually hyper vigilant compared to the average individual. I notice things, I notice details, I notice light flickers, I notice when something moves. That's why I'm the person who, I've been in a workshop with 200 people at the back of the room, and you can come and ask me what someone's doing, even though they're in the middle of the room, and I'll know. You can tell me ask me where someone went, and I'll know. And I don't even know that I know that until someone says, hey, do you know what happened to? And I go, you mean that person who was sitting over in that chair over there? Yeah, they just went to the bathroom, and I heard them say that they'll be back. So you might call it a gift. I don't know that it's a gift. I think hypervigilance is something that I would rather be in a state of discovery than hypervigilance. And I don't know what it's like to 100% trust a male that I am not in a relationship with. Yes, I can trust that person. I don't know of even any, I almost do, but not 100%. There's always that element there. And I guess, yeah, there you go. That's all I'm going to say. All right.